Hey, and welcome back to Studio Tamera, the mystical paintress. Come here, Ra. Up, come here. Today, Ra and little Da Vinci here and I are going to do a little painting for you. He wants to go play, but he wanted to say hi to everybody. So I'm going to set him down. And what we're going to be doing today is sending a shout out to all of the puppy and kitty toy makers, because that is a very important job, as all of us pet owners know. So today I'm going to be using my high-def TV right here to, why can't you see it? And I took a picture of these morning glories this morning on my porch, and I'm going to do a little mini board. So we're going to have a plein air painting of this morning glory image I took this morning. So the reason I did this is it is possibly going to be raining today. So I'm going to get you in as close as I can so you can step by step do a morning glory painting with me. And hopefully hopefully it turns out okay and I can get this done before my back starts hurting again. I've been having a little bit of issues. I kind of overdid it on my back. So I need to grab my turp can. I've been kind of out of commission resting for a little bit. I don't know if you ever had lower back pain, but it sucks. So there's my turp can. Just got to keep my kitty away from that. I'm hoping he's too sleepy to bother with it. I've been playing with him all morning. I also moved a lot of my brushes. So I'm going to grab a couple of paint brushes here. All right, I got a couple filberts and a flat. This is my oil. These are my palette knives. My palette is set up with burnt sienna, or burnt umber, burnt sienna, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, sap green. This is yellow ochre, cad yellow light, cad yellow, Naples. This is a new one I'm trying called Indian yellow, cad red light, alizarin, purple, black, white, gray. That's my palette, okay? So I usually do plein air paintings with just one brush. I'm going to start out with this one. This is a very handy little tool, this right here. You can put your brushes in there as you're painting, put your pencils in there, you can adjust it. I got it on Etsy. I think if you looked under easel brush clip, you'd find it. They are not cheap. It was like 20. Okay. All right, so we're going to dilute it a little more. I'm going to continue. I'm not going to put in the railing of my deck because my focus is not the deck, it's the flowers. And when you paint, the very cool thing about painting is you get to be the writer of your own story. The history in the moment you're recording is your story. So if you want to remove a fence or a house or a dog or a car, you can. It's your story. Isn't that nice? Isn't that fun? Isn't this fun? This is so fun. It's a way to feed your urge to plein air paint while you're indoors. And my friend Heiner Hertling told me about this little TV technique, because photos really put a lot of purple and change colors of reality. But the high-def TVs are pretty good, so. All right. So this whole thing is darker. It's like this little star comes out of this flower. These are the giant variety of morning glories too. My neighbor passed out seeds when she lost her son, so that she gave them to all the neighbors. So every time the flowers bloomed, you had happy memories, like remembrance seeds. And boy, I'll tell you, that was 15 years ago, and I still get these gorgeous morning glories all the time. They grow from seed, in case you didn't know, and they're very easy to grow. And they're just such a joy in the morning, having your coffee, and you get surprised with different flowers in different places every day. And they have different colors. It's very cool. All right, so this background, it's going to be a little darker. And then we're going to put a little ghost flower here. This is a leaf. Comes like this. We're going to hold off a second on that ghost flower idea, because that's a leaf. This is a little bud. You got to make sure, too, that you use enough paint. A lot of people are afraid to put big piles of paint. They're afraid to do this. You got to put these big, giant hunks of paint. You're doing a painting. You need to use paint. Yeah, it's expensive, but, I mean, if you're painting, use paint. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. So, once we've got this thinned out and diluted real good, and you want to leave a little air of mystery, too, for the eye to make things up. You're not painting lines, you're painting shapes and colors. So if you leave a little bit for the eye to make up, this leaf is almost too big, I feel like. I think the composition would be a little better if it was more like that. Yeah. I hear Ra, baby. There's Ra Doberman. Hi, buddy. That's my buddy. Where's the kitty? Where's your kitty? We'll make that a third flower there. Okay, so is everybody caught up? Does everybody have your basic sketched in morning glory painting? This kind of reminds me of a horn or an upside down hat. Even almost looks like a mushroom. This is just a big front shot. So, yeah, we're having fun now. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to douse it in my turp can real good, which is right here. And wipe it off. All right, when I squint, of course purple's the first thing I see, but you want to save all the highlights and the color and the excitement for the end. So I'm saving that for the end. So let's see. Let's mix a little green. Take a little bit of sap green, a little cobalt blue, a little yellow. Hang on one second, I have a crying baby. Not sure why Ra was crying. Everything's good. So we will continue. Mix some green. Use sap green, use ultramarine blue. If you haven't seen my video on paint color mixing values, check it out. It's very helpful. And then under this flower, on the TV here is darker because it's shadow, right? So we got to use a little darker green here in the shadow. I'm going to paint a little faster because my back is kind of starting to bother me. But you can stop it and rewind it as much as you need to. Okay, so then green gets a little lighter here. You can even add white. You can add cad yellow light to your green mix. And then it's a little lighter here. And I kind of like that my colors are broken, meaning there's all different. I like the movement. I don't want to mess with that too much. I do want to make a nice light color for this stem here. Ra, no cry baby, Ra. He's crying because between the kitty and painting, he's not getting as much attention as he wants. So this is, whoop! Uh-oh, should this become a blooper? Oh, this is where we're at now with this. And what we're gonna do here is just put a little dark. Because your eye will make up the rest, okay? So, your eye's gonna make up the rest. Put a real dark next to that, that'll lighten that up. Remember, if you want something lighter, put dark next to it. If you want it darker, put light next to it. If you're painting in a dark place, your painting's gonna have more extreme values. If you're painting in a light place, it's gonna have less values. And there is Da Vinci. He's on my feet. He's coming to see us. Well, man. Hi, buddy. Hello, man. Okay, that's good. Wash the brush off real good. We're going to move into purple. Do you have all your greens down? Okay, going to move into purple. So I'm gonna mix on here, if you guys can see. Oh, I'm moving that away from you. I thought I was moving it closer. We're going to mix a purple, and we're gonna add a little purple, or I'm sorry, violet gray. We're gonna add a little alizarin. Watch what happens when we add white. Add white. See how it becomes this beautiful light color? We're going to put a little bit of this red in it. Now the reason I'm mixing so many different colors is because nothing is just one color. If you paint it one color, it's going to look flat. It's going to look fake, like you cut it out of a magazine and glued it on. And you don't want that. Well, maybe you do. I don't want that. So white makes colors cooler. You can't use yellow with gray or purple because you'll turn it gray. So all good things here that you're learning today in this exercise. Okay, so this is my colors I'm going to use. And actually, when I look at the picture, the purple's got cobalt blue in it. It's got blue in it. It's really cool. Oh, kitty time out for kitty love. Time out for kitty love. Oh, there you are. You want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Kitty love. Kitty love. There's a little kitty. Say hi. Oh, my kitty baby, huh? Yeah. He wants to sit in the window and watch all the critters outside. So I'm going to put him in the window. Okay. Back to painting. So is everybody this far? If not, you might want to catch up. Hit pause. Okay. I'm hoping this little peanut will just take a nap and not start playing with my paint, but we'll see. So when I look at the picture, I see the darkest blue purple here. This is hard because you gotta have a whole bunch of different colors ready to rock. Flower looks like one color, but it's really not. So it's got these light colors, which I'm going to use cobalt blue and white to mix a little light blue. Add that into the purple, and that'll get some of these lighter colors. A little bit of alizarin is going to go in there. This is super dark here, super dark here. Super dark here. Oh, look at the kitty. You trying to come up here with us, little man? Little Da Vinci man? Huh? Then it's nap time for you, kitty. Okay. So now we've got to, I'm getting a little bit of this special color I just ordered. I've never used it before. I usually only use Graham, but it's called Persian Rose. And I was told sometimes when you do flowers, it's a color that's almost impossible to mix. So let's see, I've never tried it before. What a great time to try it. If we put this color in, oh, that's cool. I'm still not sure about it, but you know, here I'm trying to get this alizarin and white color. Gosh, it's nature has the most beautiful colors, doesn't it? And they're so hard to do. If your brush is too dry, use a little walnut oil, and that helps your paint move. Don't use too much or you'll have a mess. You'll have a swamp on your board if you use too much. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about this color. I mean, I'm not sure that it's the right color, but we're trying it anyway, right? Oh, I have a kitty playing with my toes. Okay, let's get this pink off this brush so we can use a little blue and purple. Hi, baby kitty. Oh, you're just a little cutie pie. You're just in the way. I gotta do this fast because he is losing patience with playing with my feet. No kitty by the turpentine. No kitties allowed by the turpentine. This is like the mother of multitasking, keeping the kitty out of the paint and painting and explaining. Okay, dioxide purple at the edge. Dioxide purple like this. You're not painting lines, you're painting shapes and colors that you see. Oh no. No, no. Look at the problem I have here. Kitty in my paint box. Yeah. That's a problem because I don't want him near that turpentine. Oh yes, sweetie pie. I know. Here, you go up there. Okay. Put the kitty up on the cat tower. Huh. Sorry for all the disruptions today, but I really can't help it. If I want to paint, my little kitty mittens has got to get used to being in the studio with me. Okay, so the edges too on these flowers, if you look at them closely, they're not flat edges. What you're painting is not a flat edge. They have movement. They have a little bit of freedom at the edges where they're a little rippled. Oh, this is so much fun. Painting's wonderful, isn't it? Isn't this fun? Oh, I love it. Okay, this comes up. Alright, you can also use your fingers to correct things. Alright, my battery on my reference is getting low. So I'm going to hop right to doing things that I need to look at to paint. So one of them is I need to know where this middle is. Am I in front of you guys? Sorry if I am. Alright, there's a little bit too much paint on there now, so take a palette knife if this has happened to you and just scratch it off. Okay. Take your darker color. Probably be a better idea to have one color for lights and one brush for light colors and one brush for darks. I'm just using one brush, period. I'm kind of used to that from being outside where you got to go fast. So we're going to also put one here just for fun. And my main objective right now before battery dies is to get this light blue in here. And what I'm going to cheat, I'm going to use some Richardson Ice Blue. Because if my battery dies, I lose my reference. So I'm going to use some of this. This is another new color I only use sometimes. And if time was not an issue, I probably wouldn't use it. But let's try a little. Yeah, it's almost gray, isn't it? It's not really the color I was going for, but I don't want your eyes to see a difference here. And the center of this is very bright, almost white. This is where having a printed picture, this would be good, or starting with a fresh battery, which I didn't do. So the hardest thing I think about this is getting the right colors. And it's very much gradual and suggested color. It's very light color. So like we have light, light, light. I'm just looking at it and just putting in some color. Here and there. There it is. Yeah, just kind of make friends with the paint and it'll do what you want. It'll do what you want. Got to make friends with the paint. The flower goes like this. Does have some pretty vibrant colors in here though. It really does. It's like this crazy star. Well, you see them, put them in. So there's my crazy colors. Again, if you feel like, oh, you have a little too much paint, just take a palette knife. If you like your paint thick, you can leave it. If you feel like you have a little too much, okay. Now what I want is a bright white. So I'm going to use pink, white, and a little Naples. Oh good, Kitty is sleeping. Whew. And I'm going to put in here. the real bright colors that I see. It's hard to lighten a color and not change it. That's the tricky part. So I'm trying to lighten this purple color of these flowers and not change it, but it's very hard to do. So, okay, so this comes in. This is all coming out like that. Yes, you can do that. That is totally okay to do. So, I'm going to mix in a little more of a really blue. See how that works. Let's see. Painting is trial and error. You try something, if it doesn't work, you try something. And we're back. So sorry about that. We had kitty problems and camera problems and fan problems. Whew. Anyways, here is the sunflower morning glory painting, all done. You can see it in the light. Hopefully yours turned out this good. I just added some cobalt blue and some highlights, and that was how we finished it up. So if you like my videos, hit like and subscribe, it's free. And thank you to my Patreon followers. Have a wonderful day. Everybody, sending positive energy out.